Hey, Not From Boston fans. So, as I'm sure you've seen on social media, this week, I was on a different podcast. I was on Talk Dodgers to Me with Melissa and Jaclyn to talk about the Red Sox Dodger series. It was incredibly fun. The two of them are amazing and very kind for letting me in to be a part of their show, even for just a little bit. So I'm going to share that conversation with you here on our feed. Be sure to also like and subscribe, not just with us, but with Talk Dodgers to Me as well. Their show's great, and I definitely recommend following. We had a lot of fun talking about the Red Sox and Dodgers shared history, what the series was like this past weekend, and more. And then on Sunday, Harry and I are going to be back. We're going to talk about the trade deadline and everything that didn't happen. It should be a fun time. Anyway, see you Sunday, and here's my conversation with Melissa and Jaclyn.
Well, welcome.
Yeah, I thank you guys for having me. I'm, big fan of the show and very excited to be here.
Yeah.
I'm so excited to see you again. We did a little intro for you already, but welcome to Talk Dodgers to Me, Bennett.
Thanks for having me. Yeah.
Can you tell Jaclyn and tell our listeners how we met?
Well, if I remember correctly, I saw some of your stuff from your first season on Instagram, and then I just emailed you.
Mm-hmm.
And asked for advice and input because I was about to start Not From Boston, and I was admittedly I think pretty nervous and wanted to just hear how you guys did it and your process and what it had been like. And so that was I think we talked like 2 or 3 days before I recorded the first episode of Not From Boston. So it was that was very helpful at the time. It happened to at just the right moment.
So your podcast is called Not From Boston.
Yeah.
So where are you from?
I'm from Arlington, Virginia.
Okay.
My co-host Harry and we met in kindergarten. And he has family from Massachusetts. So he grew up a Sox fan, and he introduced me to baseball by way of the Sox. And we both became huge Red Sox fans. And despite being Virginians.
Wow. I love it. And I love that title too. And I remember when we Zoomed that first time, I think you were a little hesitant and kind of like, oh, I haven't done it for this reason and that reason. And I think I was just like, you just got to do it.
Yeah.
And then you texted me. I think it was like the next day. And you're like, okay, I did it. Like, good for you.
Thank you. Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. I think in a way, I'm definitely, conscious of where our audience is at and how to grow the show. But at the same time, I think Harry and I are both just having a blast, just talking about the Sox. And it basically is okay, cool. This is our designated talk about the Sox time, because when we hang out with our friends, or if we're hanging out with sometimes I'm hanging out with him and his wife, Natasha, and she's just like, guys, I need you to pick a conversation topic that I'm actually interested in, because this is nothing to me.
Yeah, she's like, guys, you're not filming right now, so save it for the show.
Yeah, exactly.
But before we get into the whole Red Sox Dodgers series, which I think we had talked about that first time, when the series come about, we'll do something together. How has the podcast been going?
It's been going well. I think we've settled into a pretty good routine, and I think we've been trying to keep it. We're still definitely, I say that even though I think we're still kind of in the phase of trying to find our footing about how exactly we want the show to structure itself. But in that sense, we're also having a lot of fun figuring that out. I think we started and it was really structured with segments, and now it's kind of a little bit more free flowing. I think we're going to try something. If you're familiar with the show, the ESPN show, Pardon the Interruption, where you have a list of topics and you have 60 seconds to talk about each one.
Oh, yeah, that one's fun.
And so we're trying different things. And I think, with the luxury of, there being so many baseball shows out there, that we can kind of just try as many different things and see kind of what works best. So we're having a lot of fun.
That's so cool.
Yeah,
Have you been to Fenway?
I was there on Sunday. Yeah, it
Okay. Was that your first
and
time?
no, this was I think just my fourth. I did not know, my friends who I went with who had lived in Boston showed me there's a bar behind the center field wall that like looks
Ooh.
onto the field. It's amazing. It's so cool.
I love
Um,
that.
yeah, you don't need a ticket to get in there either. Like it's just a bar.
Yeah.
It was a ton of fun.
We always talk about stadiums. Like we love Dodger Stadium. Obviously, it's so historical and it's like it has it's our stadium. It's
Mm-hmm.
beautiful. But
Yeah.
stadiums all around are so dope. They're just such cool. I want to go to all of them because everyone has a story like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've only been to Fenway once, and it was, I mean, I grew up in New Jersey, so we did a field trip once to Fenway
Oh,
in
wow.
middle
Mhm.
school, but
Oh, cool.
when you're that young, like I didn't appreciate it that much at the time. So I want to go back as an adult. I want to walk into the Green Monster. I want to see
Yeah.
all of our players' signatures all over the place. I want to add mine.
So wait, I
Yeah.
mean, Hirsch has pitched there before. So like why did he sign just now? How do they do
Oh,
that?
he signed for the first time this trip.
Oh, I don't know. Do they go in multiple signs every time they go, they sign again?
I thought I saw like Hai Sung Kim, Jack Dreyer,
No,
Ben,
Kirsch
Kirsch too.
Yeah, but I was thinking, wouldn't he have done it like
Yeah, I
so
would.
long ago? But I
I would
don't know
imagine.
what
I think the
determines
only
that.
time Kirsch has ever pitched in Boston, other than this past weekend, was in the 2018 World Series. So
Wow.
it
Oh,
might have just not been the right time, but that's a good question. I don't know.
Maybe it didn't fit
Um,
into his, very regimented routine.
that's
I mean,
players are weird like that. Honestly,
yeah.
that's probably. But no, I mean, I've obviously like I've been to Dodger Stadium several times, and it's a mammoth of a ballpark. Like it's massive,
Mm-hmm.
and Fenway is just like this cozy little like nook. It's the complete opposite, and it's so weird. And the seats are way too small, but it's awesome. Like it's just really charming.
Yeah. No, that's really cool. Okay, so as we're on, the big green monster, what is
Mm-hmm.
it? The
Yeah,
jersey.
yeah.
The green jersey. So it like basically is like an homage to the scoreboard and all this stuff, which is so cool. So you guys like it. The fans like the green jersey. How
Oh
do
yeah.
we feel about the yellow one?
I think it depends. I think as I get why. I get why it's yellow. It's for the Boston Marathon,
Right.
which the city of Boston, of course, adores. And there's a relationship there with, 2013 with the Boston bombing and how the
Right.
Red Sox kind of put the city on their back in, in the aftermath of that. So I,
Mm-hmm.
I understand the tribute. I think if we're talking purely aesthetics, not my favorite.
Okay.
I
Just a
just don't
little,
like when you can't recognize the team.
Right.
And when, the first couple of games you're in the yellow, your team is in the yellow uniforms and then the green. And I'm like,
I know,
who
I'm like,
are we
what's
playing?
happening?
I
Well,
just
too,
want to be
because
recognizable, I guess.
yeah, I know that even the blue helmets for the yellow were just like a different blue. And for me, it's like I love my team colors, like the
Mhm.
traditional. And like I just feel like Boston is like the red and navy, and
Yeah.
it's just a vibe. And so I
Yeah.
don't know. I mean, all City Connect jerseys and things like that are all a little off. And I think every city's kind of like, why do we do that? But
Mhm.
um, yeah, I did kind of look into it. Eye wise, I'm like, what's happening? But then when I saw that it was honoring the marathon, and I totally get it. And like, I know that, the sentimental of anything really helps
But
you
when
love
you
Yeah.
have
things.
to explain it and you don't just know right off the bat, I guess that's when I'm struggling with it a little. But once you learn it, how do you say that?
Yeah.
Totally. I also do wonder if part of it, for at least the green ones, is just so the opposing team can't see where any of the outfielders are. Like they
Hmm.
might just like blend into the wall.
Everything just
Um,
blends into the wall.
Is
yeah.
is Fenway the hardest place to hit a home run? Because that wall is high.
No, it's high, but it's only the furthest, like I guess the foul line, the furthest in that the wall goes is only 310 feet. So
Okay.
it's high, but it's short. And then in right field, that pesky pole comes in at 302. So it's like there are parts of the park where it's really easy to hit a ball out, and then parts where it really isn't. It's always impressive when someone hits a home run to center because that's, I think, 420 feet. Uh,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's deceptively like in person. I was thinking about this on Sunday. I got there, I saw the monster, and I was like, looks bigger on TV. I hadn't
Oh,
really.
Really?
okay. We should
Yeah,
ask Teo because he loves
He
Fenway.
does love
He's
he
had
Fenway.
does.
16 home runs there.
Love Teo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We will ask him eventually.
Yeah. How was it seeing the Dodgers play Boston and what was that like? Because I mean, I know there was a huge Dodger takeover, at least
Did
one
you
of
see
Oh,
the
all the
that
Dodger
was
fans?
there were a lot of there was I've never been involved in so much trash talk in my life
Oh, okay,
Aw.
tell us everything.
than being in center field and you know uh Dodger fans are trying to start a "Let's Go Dodgers" chant, and me and other Red Sox fans are thinking, that's unacceptable. Um, and we're just, I think I was,
You
I
joined
think
in.
trash talk should be fun. And so I was just telling everyone to go get stuck in traffic on the 405. And um, I mean, it
Every day,
was,
baby.
it was really fun. I mean, it was crazy to see those two teams play. I was, I mean, for when the series started, so nervous going into it because the Dodgers are so good. Um, and I, been really pleasantly surprised by how the Red Sox have been doing the last couple of weeks. And so it was really entertaining. I will say, like the first few innings where Walker Bueller's pitching, I was getting really frustrated because I thought we were going to lose this game by a lot, and then our offense really turned it around for us.
Yeah.
I know. I was actually happy with how we were playing against Bueller because I knew he was going to give it his all.
Yeah.
He was going to be,
Yeah.
Especially after getting his ring on Friday.
I love Kirsch going up to him. Hey, doofus, want this?
But I
Yeah.
had read that Dave Roberts had said something like, I really hope him getting this ring allows him to remember how great he is and can be. And those are the things that make us love our team so much, is because, they mean that so full heartedly. And I just love the encouragement. It's like anybody who's been part of us and they've gone on, it's like you just wish them the best.
Totally. And we have
Yeah.
so much crossover. It's like the Red Sox and Dodgers are great friends. We just trade players to each other. And there's, I guess
Yeah.
a lot of friendships within the organization.
Yeah, it is. I was thinking about this as well the other day. It's crazy the overlap. I almost forgot that Dave Roberts was a Red Sox player, and like
Yeah.
a very important one
That
at
iconic
that.
steal.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, he's one of us. It's interesting, I think, because I see it all the time, obviously when I'm listening to you guys, um, culturally, the way you guys talk about the Dodgers is very, you know, I'd say there's a lot of I think empathy and graciousness there, and Red Sox fans just like we are, I think, trying some of us are trying to unlearn the opposite of that, which is like we're I think we I mean I know Red Sox fans who just like we're down in the third inning and it's like cool, we lost this game, that sucks, everybody sucks,
Yeah.
fire everybody. um
Well, don't get it
and
twisted. There's definitely fans everywhere who are like, up and down, and if they're not doing perfect, and it takes us sometimes to slow down and be like, no, like let's be positive, like we trust them,
yeah,
like they already are so mad that they're down, so let's try to be up for them. Like, I mean, that's the only mindset we can really try to have.
But even because there's
yeah,
so many games and now, we're watching every single one, it is kind of fun to see what our team does. And it's like, okay, you're down by 5. I've watched you come back in the 9th inning down 6 runs. So can you do it again? And now it's like, okay, let's see what our team can do. And they normally do have the fire in them to rally.
Yeah.
Maybe not as much this season, but we're getting back.
Yeah.
do you guys ever feel like you're watching a game and your Dave Roberts makes a decision maybe to put a reliever in or make a substitution and you're just like you're I guess like second guessing that because you're like, no, I've been watching all week, like this guy, he's not throwing well right now, like don't put him in the game because that
Years past, yeah, everyone's been really hard on Dave in so many different situations. I think this team in particular and just how we've been involved in it,
Mhm.
our biggest thing, which we told him, was we trust you. Like, you know, because when we got introduced to him and he was like, oh, are you guys like, what is Dave doing?
Yeah.
You know?
Well, he had just made a pretty controversial call like the game prior. So he came and met us and we're like, we have a Dodgers podcast. He's like, oh my God, you guys must hate me. And we're like, no, Dave, we trust you. And it almost like weight lifted. He's like, oh, trust. I love that.
Yeah. But our
Yeah.
team is so special right now, and I can't ignore that. And so, yeah, honestly, going into games and they switch things up, and, you know, they're all so involved with being what the role is that they need to be for that game. You kind of watch it and see, like, I don't know, what are you guys going to do? And, like, how is this going to feel? You don't really feel, because it can kind of go both ways. And we've pulled ourselves out of things in crazy ways. So now it's kind of like, I know you can do it. So who's going to do it?
But also, I remember like one of the questions I had last season, we had Molly O'Boyle and Kayla Vesia on, which is funny. I'm talking about this now because they were just reunited because Gavin Lux plays for the Reds, who were in the series now. And so they just saw each other. But I remember I asked them this question, like a similar question of how do you kind of ride the highs and lows of every game? And they were like, we don't. We have to kind of take the emotion out of it a little bit because there's so many games and because we're at all the games and all that stuff. So I feel like now watching more baseball than I ever have, they know more than us. Yeah, I have my opinions, but I really do trust that whatever moves they're making, there's a reason behind it. Whether, hey, I would have rather put in this reliever. Oh, maybe they've got a personal thing going on that we have no clue about, and Roberts knows not to put him in that game. So I just feel like I really do trust the decisions they're making.
Yeah, and sometimes you can even just tell, you know, for like example, for like a pitcher comes in and he starts throwing and you're like, that curveball's not curving the way it normally does. Something's off. Like there's just, it's different than it normally is. And it's, I don't know, it's hard to like pinpoint precisely what that is, but you watch enough games and you can kind of just see it when someone's off, for whatever reason. But I just, going back to managers making choices, Red Sox fans, myself included, we give Alex Cora a hard time.
Same.
And
Sorry, we don't love him.
We do not like.
Sorry, you've got our second hated player, Alex Bregman, and the cheater coach, Alex Cora.
Yeah.
So we do have some feels about it.
Do you guys notice that they get booed everywhere? Or
I was wondering that.
No, I mean, I saw Bregman getting booed in game 1 at Fenway by Dodgers fans, which I was like, I'm shocked that Red Sox fans allowed that to happen.
I mean,
on their home
do you
turf.
not care that he cheated? And I mean, that's the most annoying part about the situation. It's not against them as players. He's phenomenal. He's a phenomenal athlete.
Yeah, it's annoying that he's
Pereira.
good.
He was just at Dodger Stadium, and I mean, he's a phenomenal athlete, but the annoyingness of like blatantly cheating, it's like, don't you guys care about just like the sanctity of what the World Series is? That's what's frustrating.
Watching the documentary and Alex Cora talking about it and taking ownership, I guess, helped me feel a little better about it and how much the players respect him. So yeah, I'd love to know your perspective on that.
I mean, it's definitely, I would say in a perfect world, these guys who are on the 2017 team would not be allowed to play baseball still, and that title would be stripped, like in a perfect world. At this point, I think for me, my frustration and my anger or disappointment is less with over time it's moved from being on the players to being on Rob Manfred, on the commissioner, because because remember, like the Astros got caught. Like there was an opportunity for justice and for accountability, and Manfred chose to forego that. He chose to let it slide. And for, the punishment that the Astros got was like, I think pretty tiny and inconsequential. I mean, a $5 million fine.
I think that's why most people still feel like they have to boo, because they don't feel like the closest to justice we've gotten is Joe Kelly giving the pout, and writing in his book about like that's the biggest justice. And because during that series we hadn't won since '88, and we were on such a run and we had such a team and we were sitting on the edge of our seats for that whole series. For it to end that way and then to find out it's because they had an edge because they were cheating, it really was kind of like gut punching. But you're right, they should have taken accountability bigger. But I really think it stems from us not feeling like we've gotten.
It is. And what Rob
Yeah.
Manfred intended, which was kind of sweep this under the rug and move on, did the exact opposite.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I definitely, like I said, I totally understand, at least for you guys, like I understand the remaining anger and frustration. I will point out you guys have won 2 World Series since then,
Yes,
which
we
is,
have.
Yes,
you know,
but we're still bitter about it. And until they retire and aren't playing baseball anymore, I think Carlos Correa, Alex Bregman, Jose Altuve, and the rest of the players on that team will continue to get booed everywhere they go.
It's not just Dodger fans. Like they get booed in a lot of different stadiums when the Dodgers aren't even playing them or anywhere around, because I think there's a lot of baseball fans who probably just wanted more justice of what that was.
yeah.
But anyway, I mean, yeah.
Anyway,
No,
you're not an Astros fan, so we're just letting out. See what
Yeah.
happens? We bring it up, and then we can't shut up about it.
I
I mean,
know.
I will say, I think like part of what you guys also need is like, I think the Dodgers, there needs to be a World Series rematch for you guys to win. I think like that's where you're gonna get your catharsis. I mean, I think for us, like for the Red Sox, like I think we got bounced out of the playoffs in 2017 by the Astros. But then we came back in 2018 and we knocked them out.
So how do you
And
feel about, do you think they cheated with you guys too?
in
You guys got
2017,
knocked out?
oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so frustrating.
But yeah, I guess, yeah, I would say, I have a lot of, I think, issues with how Manfred runs baseball. So it's just very easy for me to add this to the pile of my frustration.
You should
But I do
read
get
Joe
it.
Kelly's book because there's a chapter of Joe sitting down with Rob Manfred, word for word, what their conversation was. You'd
Oh,
probably
I would
enjoy
love
it.
that. Yeah. Also, by the way, I was reading because it's the trade deadline's coming up. I've been reading all the rumors. Twins and Astros are talking about sending Correa back to Houston.
Really?
So maybe we will
Yeah.
get our matchup.
Yeah. Which is,
Interesting. Well, there
we'll
are some
see.
trade rumors about Jared Duran coming to the Dodgers. And after watching him, his speed, he got this
my
2-run
gosh.
triple one game. I'm like, wow, look at you. Also, after learning about him and his story through the documentary, I love and respect him so much in all he does on and off the field.
Yeah. He's great. And I think, um, it's really interesting because I think, he had also that slip up last season where he used he was caught on a hot mic using a gay slur, and he got a lot of heat for that. But also then I think he really took accountability for that.
Wait, what did he do? Can you remind us of that? Because I don't know if I
So
knew that.
yeah, in August, I think it was August of last year, he was going up to bat, and someone in the crowd was, pestering him.
Oh.
And he told the guy to shut up, and he called him, the slur that starts with an F and ends with a T.
Gotcha.
And so he caught, rightfully so, a lot of heat for that. But then I think has been at the same time, like really forthcoming about how that mistake, like how he has grown and changed from that mistake, and how, he can learn from that and be better after the fact, which to me, I think is always really important. I mean, some screw ups aren't, you don't get that luxury, but I think I'm always happy to see someone try to be a better version of themselves after a screw up.
Totally.
And so that plus the documentary, I have a lot of respect for him. As a player, I would hate to lose him because the clubhouse loves him. He's the heart and soul of this team. That giant,
Wow.
that giant green Wally helmet that they wear after. So that was his idea. At the end of the day, though, like I think thinking about what our team needs, moving Duran makes a lot of sense. We have too many outfielders right now. He's also in arbitration for another couple of years. He's a little older, so there's not really, looking long term. I think, we either move Duran now at the deadline, or we move him in the winter, or, he leaves in free agency in 2 years. But there's not really a scenario where he stays for the rest of his career, just because of who else we have on that roster. So, I mean, it's gonna be tough. My feeling is like when it comes to the trade deadline, no one, both sides should be unhappy with the outcome. And I think if we moved Duran, that sucks, but probably for the best.
Well, the Red Sox are known for some pretty bad trades.
Yeah, although the Devers one is working out for us, I think.
I'd love to know your perspective on that whole situation because remember the Rafael Devers thing and how he didn't want to move positions, then they traded him
really,
and all that stuff.
really irked you.
Well, our team is full of team players that are willing to play all over the place. Mookie Betts. So what do you think about that? And the fact that he is playing first base for the Giants.
There's a lot. So there's a lot there. At first, I will say I was at dinner when the trade happened, and Harry called me and was back on I was here on the East Coast. He was West Coast. He called me and said, we traded Devers. And I'm like, no, we didn't. You're crazy. Look online. And then the rest of dinner, I was just sitting there like, just kind of outing. I think both sides really screwed this up. I mean, I think the way that Devers handled it was really immature. At the same time, I think the Red Sox really sucked at communicating. I have, I guess, female friends who have dated men who are better communicators than the Red Sox were back in the beginning of this year. The thing is, it was, I think, a given going into the offseason last year. The Red Sox were going to either sign Bregman or trade for Nolan Arenado from the Cardinals. Those two things were pretty much like one of those two things was a certainty. And so why the Red Sox never told Devers before the Bregman deal was done, hey, we're moving you off of third, but here's why. We'd love for you to try first, or we'd love for you to be the DH. Why that wasn't communicated to him until after Bregman had signed. And in fact, prior to that, they said, don't worry about that. Those are just rumors. You're our third baseman. That deception is not, it's not kosher. It's not how you should run a baseball team in this day and age. And then I think, so Devers was rightfully upset, I think, at that point in time where he was like, I'm not a DH, I'm a third baseman. Like, I don't like that I'm being moved. Fair enough. But then he goes and he DHs and he DHs really well. So it's, everything's kind of working out for it was like rocky, but hey, we got to a good place. Then Tristan Casas blows his knee out.
Love him, by the way. Loved everything I learned about him from the documentary. How he's just free he is, how he lays on the grass, just like shirt off, nails painted, does what he wants. He gives me a little bit of Joe Kelly vibes, just like so authentic and so true to himself. Anyway,
he's a total weirdo and I love it. But he blew out his knee, which sucks. And it was obviously also a complete unforeseen accident. Like, who could have predicted that? So, the Sox go back to Devers and say, hey, our first baseman just blew his knee out and we don't have a lot of depth in in the organization to replace him. Would you mind learning first base? And Devers gets upset again because he's like, now you're asking me to move to another position. Like, what, do you want me to play the outfield? Like, why stop moving me around? And I think that's when I and other fans got frustrated because it's not the thing with first was not the same thing as the situation of moving off of third. Moving off of third was poorly handled. Moving to first is because our teammate is hurt and we need you to step up and be a team player. Also, we're paying you $300 million over the course of a decade. Like, do us a favor. So I think it just got
seriously. Yeah. I mean, it's like, come on.
I know. So I think at that point, and it got the friction in the clubhouse, I think got to a point where the Red Sox felt that they would be better off without him. And initially, I think Harry and I we talked about it on our show. Like, we thought we were done for the season. We thought, taking our best bat away, this is going to wreck our season. And then we turned around and we actually had, we've had an amazing run since then. Meanwhile, the Giants have actually imploded. And I guess, seeing Devers play first for the Giants, one, he's not a very good first baseman. The second thing, I guess, it's like, it's petty of him to do it. And I think that only speaks to his maturity level. And it's like, okay, Great. So you know, wouldn't play first for us, you'll play first for them. I
Yeah,
guess, you know, it is what it
totally.
is.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you played really well against us the series.
Yeah.
Won the series. How did you feel about your
Oh,
team against us, the World Series champs? And
I mean,
what do you think
I
about our Dodger team?
I was really shocked. I mean, um I think especially in the run up to the All-Star game and then through to now, we have really, I think offensively really found our groove. We just kind of chip away at teams you know, bit by bit. I think Roman Anthony and Bregman and Duran as a trio at the top of the order have been really, really excellent in the
Mm-hmm.
last few weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, Roman Anthony, like he's 21, he just turned 21. He's a total kid. And he's been outstanding in his like first 2 months in the majors. So it's been amazing to watch him play. I gotta say, you guys with the Dodgers, I was every all I heard going into the series was, "Oh, the Dodgers bullpen's a mess. Everyone's hurt. Dodgers bullpen's a mess." Your bullpen did not allow a single run in games 2 or 3. Like I guess like you know, Kershaw didn't have his best day. Neither did Dustin May. But like once the bullpen came in, like you guys shut the door.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, as
Yeah.
did we. But still, it was you know, I think I was like, what, who, why are we complaining about this bullpen? It's pretty good.
Yeah,
Um,
they've really stepped up and they've really carried us in so many ways. I think it's more of the mess because people just keep going down with certain injuries, and it's like we don't have, how much more can we, have a
Our
hurt
starting
something.
pitching is kind of more of a mess. They're coming back and coming
Mm-hmm.
back together, but yeah, we have relied so much on our bullpen. I think our bullpen has pitched more innings than any other team. And
yeah,
sometimes we're calling up guys and I don't even know who they are.
I know.
I think you guys have had actually more pitchers pitch this season than any other team ever in a single season. Like I think you've called up the most guys.
Yeah.
Um, I
I
don't
was
know the
really
actual.
impressed with Crochet.
He's we we call him a pig. I don't know why, but we're all every. It's like Crochet is such a pig. Um, I think because he's like tough and thick skinned. I don't know,
They call him a
but
pig? That doesn't sound nice.
I know, right? But
I
I
think
guess
he
it
deserves a
is.
better name than that or a
He
better animal reference.
I know, but apparently he likes it, so we're
Oh,
rolling
okay.
with it. Um,
He
but
likes to roll in the
yeah,
dirt.
Oink, oink. Well, we can't meow anymore because Tony, after we part with you, I will give the injury update. But I don't think Tony's coming back this season.
I
He's the
don't
cat
think
man,
so.
Tony
oh,
Gonsolin.
Are we going to
oh
still do the
yeah.
fun lightning round?
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Uh, but yeah, so he's been great. I mean, I can't fault him for giving up a leadoff home run to Shohei Ohtani. It's like okay, of course. And Teo being in Fenway,
Yeah.
also it's again, it's like that's very forgivable. And then he just turned into a whole other pitcher and you know, 10 strikeouts over 6 innings. It's like can't really ask for more than that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So very happy about having him. What are your guys's, I guess, you know, with the trade deadline coming up, like what are your hopes in terms of what the Dodgers do between now and I guess tomorrow evening?
I guess for me, I don't really, I mean, I think that the beginning of the season, it's like they kind of set it up so that we didn't have to touch this,
Mm-hmm.
and it hasn't always gone that way. And we touched on it last episode where it's like anything that happens is going to be a little uncomfortable. It's part of the game. But like ideally, I just want the team that we started with to just be healthy and working optimal and have that camaraderie because the chemistry and everything that we have from every player. I mean, yeah, I don't really want to see anyone go. And at this point, I don't know, it could be anybody.
I
And
know.
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, we fought really hard to have certain people on our team beginning the season. And, as there are boys, we don't really want to see any of them go.
I mean, a lot of them are coming back. A lot of our starting pitchers are starting to come back, which I'm really excited about. So a healthy team is kind of like all we want right now with the injured list we have. I know our front office is going after a right-handed reliever, and
Mhm.
there's been a lot of talks about needing an outfielder. So someone
Mhm.
like Jared Duran would be pretty perfect for us. So that's the moves I think I don't want to lose any of our guys. We
I
also have
know.
so much depth
Yeah.
that we could work it with guys we have. So we'll see. We'll see.
I think
What are
that,
you
yeah,
hoping for the Red Sox?
I'm thinking, I would love, we need starting pitching. I think that's, and maybe another reliever because a lot of our guys are pretty gassed at this point. Um, but another starter would be great. I would love to see, a Mitch Keller from the Pirates or Merrill Kelly from the Diamondbacks.
Hmm.
I think those two, he wouldn't fit into the plan at all, but I would love to trade for Mason Miller from the Athletics. I just think
I was talking about him last week for us.
I don't know. He's great. He throws incredibly hard. I think he's been getting hit a lot harder this season off the fastball, but he has two other pitches, and so I'm sure I'm like, bring him to the Red Sox. We'll change his pitch mix, and then like once you start seeing off speed stuff from him, it's gonna be really difficult to keep up, and he'd be a lot better.
I'm excited to see what happens with all the trades,
I mean, I'm down to get Joe Kelly back.
I know there are some talks about Joe
Yeah.
Kelly pitching for the Dodgers, so we'll see. But because there's so much crossover between the Dodgers and Red Sox, I asked Adam to come up with some questions for all of us. So
Okay.
we don't know what he's going to ask us.
Great.
So we thought we'd do a
Well,
little.
Neither do you, Bennett. You don't know what I'm going to ask you either.
I
Look at Adam's
It's true, I
backwards
don't.
hat.
My first question is this. Besides the 2018 World Series, what one other time did the Boston organization and the Los Angeles Dodgers organization meet
In the postseason?
in the postseason?
Hmm.
I want to say 1915.
Very close.
Wow.
16?
1920.
1916.
Wow. Wow.
Dude, you
With a
went
pure
back to
guess.
my grandma's year of birth. It's all like, okay.
Nice. Okay. 1 point for Bennett.
Just
Go
for the record, I used to memorize dates and things like this. So like when
Oh,
a
great.
We're
kid-
definitely losing.
Don't worry. This
My-
is not gonna
my
be a
mom
date
took me as a-
heavy- No. It's all good.
Okay.
Just a fun fact for everybody. At the time, the Brooklyn Dodgers were not the Brooklyn Dodgers. They were the Brooklyn Robins that year. So
Wait, I have a question for you. Does anyone like confuse the Brooklyn Dodger B with the Red Sox B? Is that ever like a point of conversation?
no,
Oh, okay.
I think
Just a
when
curious
we
thought I had.
when we
I
wear
mean,
the
we can be
yellow
honest
and-
that it's very, very, very close.
oh yeah,
I think that's where I hone in on the navy blue and red.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
yeah,
Well,
it is close though.
It's really close.
The Patriots Day, the yellow jerseys and the blue, that when it's those colors, it looks a lot like UCLA.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the Bruins.
Mm-hmm.
Bruins
Yeah.
B.
All right, Adam, what's up
everyone
next?
knows about the Mookie Betts trade. And Mookie Betts wasn't a shortstop at the time, but I'm going to go with the shortstop theme. Who was the other incredibly consequential shortstop that the Boston Red Sox traded to the Dodger organization? A hint. It was in the 1930s,
Oh.
Oh,
but he became a cornerstone to the Dodgers organization. Similar to the way that Mookie is.
A shortstop?
Shortstop.
And Boston traded it.
And he's got a great name. He's
is
got
it
a
Pee Wee
great-
Reese?
Pee Wee Reese is correct.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Pee Wee's such a good name.
I
I
didn't
thought you
realize
meant
that.
the last name.
Pee Wee Reese.
I thought you were going to say the thing I learned about Babe Ruth, that the Red Sox sold Babe Ruth in 1919 to the Yankees for $100,000. And at the
Yep.
time, that was like record breaking money.
You told me to come up with Dodger related questions.
I know, but I just learned that. And
All
I
right,
liked
two
it.
more questions.
Okay, we got to get something.
Please name a few players, as many as you can, who have played for both the Dodger and the Red Sox organization.
Okay, should we just go back and forth?
Okay.
I'm gonna start.
Okay.
Adrian Gonzalez.
Mookie Betts.
Nomar Garcia Parra.
Oh, how about he goes and then we're a team? Okay, so our turn.
Whoever runs out of names first
Yeah.
loses.
Okay.
Kelly.
Okay, that's us.
Manny Ramirez.
Freddie Freeman.
He didn't play for the Red Sox.
Oh yeah. Wait, I thought that they. Oh, that
He
was,
played
that
for
was
the
Atlanta
Braves.
Braves.
David
The girls
Price.
lost. The girls lost.
I'm going.
It's
That's
fine.
our
Oh, yeah,
team.
this is her time to shine. She's been talking about this.
David Price.
She hasn't
Dave
even-
Roberts,
Kike Hernandez.
Josh Beckett,
Justin Turner.
Yasmani Grandal,
Alex Verdugo.
Eric Gagne.
Ryan Brazier.
Oh, Carl Crawford.
Kevin Pillar.
Oh, did Kevin Pillar play for the Dodgers? Cool.
Don't worry, Bennett.
Oh, Adrian Beltre.
Melissa fed me this question. She was prepared. She's got a bunch of names written in her notebook. She's cheating.
Adrian Beltre. Did you?
That's what I just
you
said.
said
just
that. Oh,
said
you
that.
did? Did we say Adrian Gonzalez?
Yeah, that was mine
Yeah.
first.
Kenley Jansen.
Oh, of course. David Robertson.
Dave Roberts.
I said that
Said
one.
it.
Oh, damn. Who are those guys that got traded with Verdugo? Damn.
Well, that was going to be my next question. I'm ending the game there.
What?
Can anybody name the prospects? I'm sure you can.
Jeter, Downs, and
Connor Wong.
who still plays for the Sox, right?
Somehow, I mean, 1 RBI, 1 extra base hit this season. It's been rough.
All right, I think you beat us, but at least I tried.
What I was going to say earlier was when I was a kid, my mom took me to Cooperstown to the Hall of Fame, and there's a room for every, I guess, about the perfect game, and it has a ball from every single perfect game that had been thrown. And as a kid, I was like, I think like maybe 12, walking down the line of balls and just saying who threw it, when they threw it, and what team they were on. And like off the top of my head, not reading like the label, just I was like, had it memorized. And this other couple is like standing over there, and they kind of look at my mom and they're like, is this kid yours? Like, how's he doing that? And so, yeah, I memorized a lot of stuff.
Nice. I had written down a bunch of the crossover between them, but guess they didn't all stick in my head.
Definitely didn't stick in mine.
Well, this was so fun.
Yeah. Oh my God, this was great. Yeah. Thank you guys for having
Love
me.
chatting baseball with you. And good luck
Yeah.
with all you're doing and your podcast. You can listen to Bennett's podcast. Bennett and Harry have their podcast, Not From Boston. Is it on Apple, Spotify, YouTube?
Yep. It's
Awesome.
wherever you get your pods.
Perfect. And thank you for all the support of ours. I
course.
always love your messages and just kind words about what we're doing. And
Yeah.
I'm sure we'll chat again.
Absolutely. You guys are great. And hey, maybe we'll see you in October. Who knows?
I mean, that'd be fun.
I know.
That
We'll
it was
see.
very nice meeting you.
it's nice to meet you too. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Bye, Bennett. Go Dodgers.
Go Red Sox.